Hey, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. Every day I do a daily vlog. It's day 57 of what is 1,000 vlogs over 1,000 days. So thank you so much for coming along for the journey. I really appreciate that, and thank you for subscribing. Today there is a bit of a sad story because in the news here in the UK, the government are actually debating a bill about, I guess they call it euthanasia, and I've got some really strong feelings on it. Now, I don't normally talk about such heavy stuff, but it's in the news, it's absolutely everywhere, and just a very sad story I'd like to tell, if that's okay with you. Now, this story pertains to when I was a police officer, and this story has given me a view, obviously, on the adult assisted dying bill, and I really feel that that it's something that should go through, which I think it just has done. But it's about, how do you feel, about this end of life story? So here we go. And if you are sort of susceptible to bad stories, then probably you might want to switch off now. But if not, it's not that gruesome, but it is a true story nonetheless. So when I was a police officer, I got a call to an address where a chap who'd found his father passed away in the downstairs, well, in the toilet area of the address. And the story goes like this. He had been suffering and in pain for many years. He had type 2 diabetes. He had had an amputation of one of his legs and was in so much pain that it was almost unbearable. And when you think about that, you must think there's an awful lot of medication out there that can help people, isn't there? Unfortunately for him, there was nothing that was helping him, and he had obviously had enough, and so much pain and so much agony that he decided to take his own life. And what he did was he waited till his partner had gone out for the day, and he chose his moment. He left a note. I believe he applied to something called Dignitas, which is a private company which helps people on their journey to the other side. And that was met with an awful lot of red tape, bureaucracy and difficulties. And sadly, like I say, he went into the bathroom area, and he obviously took a ceramic kitchen knife with him and literally, harmed himself, which resulted in him passing away. And his son had found him. Fortunately, his wife had been out of the house for the best part of the day, and as you can imagine, there was an awful lot of mess there. So when I arrived with my colleague, we basically got we got everybody there, and we examined the scene. There was no foul play, nothing like that. And then it was a case of cleaning up, and after this gentleman had been taken to the hospital. Now, I'm sanitizing a lot of this because I don't want people to be upset, because it is such an emotive subject. But it's all about why I feel that we should have, a way of helping people if they are in pain. And I do subscribe to that. I do believe ultimately that, after seeing that and witnessing that and hearing, that story, seeing his note, that he left behind, it's a bitter pill to sort of swallow, isn't it? None of us like to look at the end game, but sadly it is a part of life. As much as we all are born into this life, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing, we all have to leave at some point. There's an expiry date on this for all of us. And, I think in Western culture, we tend to hide that away a lot. We tend to not talk about that. And by not talking about it, I think it makes it even more difficult for people So I think, you know, you need to have an understanding that we all have to check out at some point, even me. And, you know, after doing that job as a police officer for 24 years, I can honestly say I've made my peace with it. I've dealt with an awful lot of it in the job. I'm not afraid of it. And it's something that doesn't sit on my mind. When my time's up, my time's up. I've had a good run. Thank you very much. And that sounds very sort of blasé, doesn't it? But I think this bill going through, which has just passed in the UK, I'm happy that the government has decided to do that. It does and will help an awful lot of people who are in very painful, very awful situations, and not prolonging the pain is what we should be doing. We do it with animals, we do it with, you know, with dogs and cats, and so yeah, we have to show that level of care and understanding. And whilst I accept there are parameters to it all, I just wanted to share that story with you today because I just feel it's such an important subject, and everybody's going to have their thoughts and feelings about it. What I've said today in this video doesn't necessarily make it right. You know, you might have an opposing view, and that's perfectly fine. But I can only speak from my experience after having witnessed that. And if you look back through my videos, you hear me talk about somebody who actually did kill themselves in front of me. So, and that's a heavy thing to witness, you know. But what you have to understand is that there are some people, you know, that are in this place who have difficulty and pain in their lives, and the only way, you know, that they get relief from that is to consider this. So it's a bit of a heavy one today. I do apologise. It's not my intention to bring about any upset or discourse. I've been reading a lot about it in the papers and seeing a lot about it on the news, and I, for one, personally, am happy that the government has voted in favour of it. And if you're experiencing anything like that, please reach out to somebody. I believe there is help out there, and yeah, and you have my utmost, you know, empathy, sympathy, compassion, because these are difficult times for an awful lot of people. I just wanted to share that today and say thank you so much. Tomorrow, though, it'll be something completely different. I always talk about something uniquely different every single day. So don't think this is a theme. It really isn't. And tomorrow, yes, will be day 39, and it'll be something randomly different again, okay? Yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Bye.